It's Friday, April 28th, 2023, and I'm Dave Sobel. 3 things to know today. Microsoft outperforms Google and Amazon in their latest earnings reports, while Meta's Reality Lab group spends $16 billion as a loss. PwC US is to spend $1 billion on upskilling workforce in AI, partnering with Microsoft, while a majority of cybersecurity workers admit to using unauthorized AI tools. And Colorado becomes the first state to pass right to repair laws for farmers. This is the business of tech. Ready to learn and connect with industry leaders and peers about the future of IT? Sign up now for a Terraverse, May 3rd and 4th, entirely online. With industry experts from Microsoft, Zoom, Atera, Malwarebytes, Bitdefender, and more, you'll get 2 full days of content. And keynote address from Mike Massimino, astronaut, professor, author, and speaker. And I'll be there with an AMA with the leadership at Atera. Find out more at atera.com and sign up for this free event. I tend to like to group earnings reports rather than handling them individually. Microsoft had a very solid quarter, quoting the information. 7% higher revenue as growth as its cloud business and commercial software sales helped offset the bottom falling out of devices and PC-related software sales. In contrast, Google's parent Alphabet eked out just 3% top-line growth, a result of the stalled digital ad market, which accounts for most of its revenue. Alphabet had some good news to highlight, however. For the first time, its cloud computing unit turned an operating profit of $191 million. You'd have good reason to be wary of that number. Alphabet revealed on Friday that it changed how it allocates costs against its businesses in a way that made the cloud unit's bottom line look much healthier. Still, let's not be nitpickers. Google's cloud revenue increase of 28% in a period when companies are scrutinizing spending on IT is a decent result, and it shows the wisdom of Alphabet keeping its investment in the business, which reduces its reliance on advertising. Indeed, Microsoft Azure matched Google Cloud in revenue growth, which is impressive given Azure is bigger. It also performed better in search with 10% growth, although that's less impressive given that Microsoft is much smaller in that sector, so it's easier to post faster growth. And revenue from Office 365 and other business software grew 11% year over year to $17.5 billion, compared to 7% in the previous quarter. PC-related businesses are down, with Windows revenue from computer makers down 28% and revenue from the devices business, that including Surface, down 30%. End quote. Let's note something in the Meta earnings calls. While the company overall has managed costs, their Reality Labs group doing the metaverse had their operating loss dip slightly, but is still running at an annualized loss of $16 billion, up from last year. And finally, Amazon outperformed on their AWS revenue numbers, which is what I was watching for. Sales rose about 16%, down from 20% last quarter. Why do we care? Microsoft is firing on all cylinders and is doing a successful pivot to its new businesses from its old. If you're a cloud partner, you should be very pleased. Google may just be figuring out this cloud business, and big numbers are hard for Amazon. But most importantly, Meta is just shoveling money at something that doesn't appear to be on the horizon for customers. The metaverse isn't something they're actively selling, also per that earnings call. Axios is reporting about PwC US's plans to upskill its workforce on AI, spending $1 billion over the next 3 years on its 65,000 workers. Their plans involve partnering with Microsoft and using its Azure OpenAI platform to build products and technologies for its clients and itself. The partnership will, quote, allow us to teach models in our controlled environment, not in a public space, a concern many clients have, Joe Atkinson, PwC's Chief Products and Technology Officer, tells Axios. And while I'm on workers, according to a recent survey commissioned by the cloud security platform Devo, the vast majority of cybersecurity workers have used an AI tool without authorization at work. 80% of 200 IT security professionals admitted to using such a tool, while a further 23% said they were aware a colleague had done so. While the survey doesn't identify which tools, 78% said they felt their organization would request that they cease using the software if they became aware of it, at least until a risk assessment could be carried out. Why do we care? Those are the security people. They're the ones who are using software without permission. Remember that the next time you get frustrated with users in general. The people who know better ignore the policies. And additionally, note how much they value AI and break policy over it. And that AI value resonates so much that PwC is training its people. Sure, this is the kind of early PR one does to send a signal to customers, but it's a signal to customers. Providers should consider their plans here and how they plan to signal customers that they are serious about AI. Colorado became the first state to pass a right to repair law for farmers, which forces manufacturers to provide the necessary manuals, tools, parts, and software. Lawmakers in at least 10 other states have introduced similar legislation, including in Florida, Maryland, Missouri, New Jersey, Texas, and Vermont. Why do we care? I interview Larry Williams of the Technology Association of Georgia in this weekend's bonus episode. I wasn't aware of the organization and its insight into the very active state-level technology lobbying that happens. They're against right to repair, which we talk about, plus insights into how they work with groups like CompTIA. We're tracking these laws generally, but there's more to learn about how they happen. Does coordinating meetings and help desk calls frustrate you and frustrate your clients? Wouldn't it be easier if you could automate this process and it integrated with ConnectWise Manage or with Autotask? TimeZest is scheduling automation that gives you control of your schedule and removes the frustration of calendar ping pong. As the only solution specifically designed for MSPs, it integrates with your PSA to schedule appointments right in your workflow. And the best part? You can try it for free. Visit timezest.com/MSP Radio and mention MSP Radio for 10% off your first year of TimeZest. Thanks for listening. Today, National Superhero Day. And I don't think I mean the IT department. I mentioned that bonus episode this weekend. Enjoy that, and I will talk to you next week. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. Like the content? Support the show at patreon.com/MSP Radio or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. If you want to reach our listeners, visit mspradio.com/engage.